In this video, we are going to see volume of a combination of solids. Now, in the previous examples, you saw how to find area of combination of solids. Now, we will see how to find volume of combination of solids. Now, let us see the first example. The example says, Shanta runs an industry in a shed which is in the shape of a cuboid surmounted by a half cylinder. If the base of the shed is of dimension 7 meters by 15 meters and the height of the cuboidal portion is 8 meters, find the volume of air that the shed can hold. Further, suppose the machinery in the shed occupies a total space of 300 meters cube and there are 20 workers, each of whom occupies about 0.08 meter cube space on an average, then how much air is in the shed? Okay. Now let us see the first part of the question. What is said is, the shed which is there, it is in the shape of a cuboid which is surmounted by half cylinder. And you are given that the base of the shed is of dimensions 7 meters by 15 meters and the height is 8 meters. What you have to find is, you have to find how much or what amount of air can the shed hold. So how much volume of air shed can hold. This is the first question. Second, suppose it is said that the machinery in the shed occupies a total space of 300 meters cube and there are 20 workers, each of whom occupy about 0.08 meters cube space on an average, then how much air is in the shed. Now first you have to find the volume of air in the shed. Then in the second part of the question it is asked that there are machineries in the shed, okay, which occupy how much, what is the volume occupied by the machinery, 300 meters cube, and it is said that total number of workers inside the shed is 20. And if each worker occupies 0.08 meters cube, okay, meter cube of the space in the shed, then apart from the machinery and the workers, okay, the volume occupied or the space occupied by machinery and workers, you have to find how much of air is remaining in the shed. So this is the question, and it is mentioned that you have to take pi as 22 by 7. So first let us see what is given to us. This is the figure, and you can see this is a cuboid which is surmounted by half a cylinder. The base of the cylinder of the cuboid was given, means the length and the breadth and height, all three are given to you. Length is 15 meters, breadth is 7 meters, and the height of the cuboid is 8 meters. Okay. Now if you look at the figure, if this is your breadth, then this also is your breadth. So now this cylinder or half cylinder which is there, what is the diameter of this half cylinder? Diameter of this half cylinder will be same as the breadth, right? If you look at this, this is a half cylinder, this is the diameter which is 7 meters. So your radius will be 7 upon 2, which is 3.5 meters. Then what is the height of the half cylinder? Height is this portion, correct? If you have the cylinder, this is your height, which is 15 meters. So we have denoted our radius as small r and height as h. Now what is the volume? What will be the volume of air which is occupied inside? It will be the volume of the cuboid, okay, plus volume of the half cylinder, or half into volume of the full cylinder, correct? So what is the formula for the volume? Volume of the cuboid is length multiplied by breadth multiplied by height plus half into volume of the cylinder is pi r square h. Now you cannot take anything common, you could take h common, but still I have substituted as it is, and we get here on substitution and solving the problem, we get the volume. Okay, what is the volume of air which is there in the shed? 1128.75 meter cube. Remember here this is volume, so it is meter cube. When we talk about area, it is meter square or centimeter square. Here it will be cube. So now next, this is the first part of the question, which says how much of volume is occupied by air in the or space occupied by air in the shed. Next, it is given that the space occupied by the machinery is 300 meter cube, and space occupied by one worker is given to be 0.08 meter cube. Then what will be the space occupied by 20 workers? It will be 20 multiplied by 0.08, which is 1.6 meter cube. Now we have to find the volume of air which is left when there are machineries and workers in it. Okay, so that will be the total volume which is there minus volume of the machinery plus volume of the space occupied by the workers, right? So it will be 1128.75 minus 300 plus 1.60, and on simplifying we get the space or volume which is remaining of air which is remaining in the shed as 827.15 meters cube. Now let us see the second question. The second question says, a juice seller was serving his customers using glasses as shown in the figure. In the inner diameter of the cylindrical glass was 5 centimeters, but the bottom of the glass had a hemispherical raised portion which reduced the capacity of the glass. If the height of the glass was 10 centimeters, find the apparent capacity of the glass and its actual capacity. Okay, here you are given that the figure is given to you. There was a juice seller who is selling juice in this type of a glass. Okay, it is a cylindrical glass whose diameter is 5 centimeters and height of the glass is 10 centimeters. Another thing given to you is the bottom of the glass is in such a way, okay, that it has a hemispherical raised portion, okay, which reduces the capacity of the glass. Means now you have on the bottom a hemispherical shape, because of which the volume, if this shape was not there, you would have the entire cylindrical portion as your volume. But since this is removed, or there is some depression of this kind at the bottom, you know, this much amount of space is reduced, correct? So that is what it says. Here you are asked to find the apparent capacity of the glass and what is the actual capacity. Okay, apparent is without, when you don't remove this part, actually what it is, that part, or without, when this part is not there, if suppose this was not there, then what would be the volume? It will be the volume of the cylinder, right? So apparent capacity is nothing but the volume of the entire cylinder. So first let us write down whatever is given to us, and this is the information which is given to us. Now the apparent capacity of the glass is pi r square h. Okay, and what is it? Pi r square, pi we are taking, it's given that you have to take it as 3.14. So you have 3.14 multiplied by 2.5 multiplied by 2.5, and the height of the cylinder is 10. So the apparent capacity is 196.25 centimeters cube. Another important observation that you have to make is you have to check if all the lengths or heights, whatever is given to you, whether it is whether all of them are having the same unit. If one is in meters, one is in centimeters, then you have to make all the units same. Okay, so that is also one of the important observation you have to make. Now this is, if this part was not there, what would happen? That is what you have found here, which is apparent capacity. Now you have to find what is the actual capacity of the glass. Actual capacity of the glass is what? It is only this much, correct? This portion is not there. So how do you find that? Apparent or the actual capacity of the glass will be apparent, or without this part what will be the capacity minus the volume of this hemispherical part. Okay, so you have the actual capacity of the glass is equal to apparent capacity of the glass minus volume of the hemisphere. Now this we have already found. Now to find the volume of the hemisphere we need what is called radius, correct? So now we know what is the radius here. Radius is 2.5 centimeters. Okay, so you substitute the value, and on simplifying and division you get the volume of the hemisphere as 32.7 centimeters cube. So the actual capacity will be 196.25 minus 32.7, which is 163.55 centimeters cube. Now let us see a third example. The third example says a solid toy is in the form of a hemisphere which is surmounted by a right circular cone. The height of the cone is 2 centimeters and the diameter of the base, is 4 centimeters. Determine the volume of the toy. This is the first part. Now if a right circular cylinder circumscribes the toy, find the difference of the volumes of the cylinder and the toy. So first it is said that there is a toy which is in this form, which is a hemispherical figure, or it is a hemisphere which is surmounted by, means this there is a cone on top of it. So it is surmounted by a right circular cone. Now the height of the cone is given to be 2 centimeters and the diameter of the base, the diameter of the base is 4 centimeters. Okay, now you have to determine the volume of this toy. This is the first part, so only this much we have. So let us see how we can find. Now the diameter of the hemisphere and the cone will be same, right? Because it is exactly surmounted on that. So it is 4 centimeters. So radius of both cone and the hemisphere is 2 centimeters. And what is the height of the cone here? Height of the cone is 2 centimeters. So volume of the toy is volume of the hemisphere plus volume of the cone, and the formula for it is volume of the hemisphere is 2 by 3 pi r cube plus volume of the cone is 1 upon 3 pi r square h. Now 3 is there, so 3 we can take out, then pi we can take out, and r square and r cube, so we can take r square out. What remains here is 2 into r plus height. You substitute all the values. It is mentioned that you have to take here as 3 pi as 3.14. You substitute and calculate, you get the volume of the toy as 25.12 centimeters cube. This is the first part of the question. Next you are asked if a right circular cylinder circumscribes the toy, means it covers, you keep the cylinder on top of it, then find the difference of the volumes of the cylinder and the toy. So now if you do this, then you have to find the difference between the volume of the cylinder and the volume of the toy. Okay, so the difference of the volume of the cylinder and the toy will be, what is the volume of the cylinder given by pi r square h, minus what is the volume of the toy, it is 25.12 centimeters cube. Okay, now to find the volume here, you know radius is the same, radius is 2 centimeters, but you don't know the height. So let us find the height. Now if you look at the figure, what is the height of the cylinder? Height will be, you know, the height of the cone, which is 2 centimeters. And as you already know, height of the hemisphere is the same as the radius of the hemisphere, right? Height and radius of the hemisphere are the same thing. You know that the radius of the hemisphere is 2 centimeters, so the height also will be 2 centimeters. So what is the total height of the cone now? 2 plus 2, which is 4 centimeters. Okay, so the height of the cylinder h is height of the cone plus radius of the hemisphere which is 4 centimeters. So what is the volume of the cylinder now? Pi r square h. So you substitute and you get the volume of the cylinder as 50.24 centimeter cube. Now we have to find the difference of the volume of the cylinder and the toy. So we substitute here, which is 50.24 minus 25.12, and the answer is 25.12 centimeter cube.